You're not a disciple, you're a discipline.
Heavy.
Because many people are saying that I'm a child of God. If you're a child of God, you're going to love every single person as God loved the church and gave his life for it. It's hard to love people who hurt you. Yes. It's hard to love people who you know don't value you, who don't invest in you. But that's what Jesus did. That's what Jesus did. He knew, Bible said he came unto his own and they received him not. Imagine being born into a house and your own family kick you out. But yet still you went and you died for them. That's what Jesus did. And you know why we can do it? Jesus said, greater work shall you do than I did. It's not, you see, when people take that, they take it into only that we're going to do miracles, we're going to do everything. If God went through suffering, greater suffering, you can go through too. Jesus went through persecution, greater persecution, you will go through too. They told lies on him, they're going to tell lies on you too.
Yeah.
They criticize him, they're going to criticize you too.
Holy Ghost.
So we take it out and we say, oh, I'm going to raise the dead, and we're going to do mighty things. Everything, when I read, my transformation in my Christian walk came when I started reading the Gospels. And I started mirroring my life to Jesus. And I said, if Jesus went through this, then definitely I can go through this too. We don't just selectively choose the part of Jesus' life that we need. We don't just take out the fact that he became this great man and we don't remember that he was born in a manger. You might not be in the house that you want to live in. You might not be in the capacity that you want to operate in. But listen, Jesus Christ, when he died, he did not stay on the ground. He elevated, the Bible said. You got to understand that before the elevation, you got to go through some persecution.
Bless God. Hallelujah.
I'm sure they used to work at KFC. They said, this is a boy leave home with technical with my subject. And they're KFC. KFC. What's your order? Was that what you're praising at the school to do? People will criticize you, but they don't know who is aligning you.
Come on now. Hallelujah.
Because KFC was necessary for you to learn the humility to be on the platform that you're at now.
Yeah. Come on, sir.
I couldn't read when I was 13. It was necessary for me to be here in this capacity, to have the humility to know that God can do anything and he can use anyone. And so every single person to me is important, regardless of the capacity that they are in their life currently, because I know where he brought me from. Yeah. And so if you don't go through certain tests, then you won't know your testimony. And so God put an enemy in your life for you to learn how to love, so that when he gives you a platform, you know how to use the platform. Your enemy are very important. Ask yourself, what will I do without my enemy? Can somebody say that? You think it's hard? Your enemy is very important. What will I do without my enemy? My enemy pushed me to pray more.
Come on now.
My enemy keep me at the foot of the cross. If I didn't have any enemy, right now many people be sleeping. Sleeping. But when you have enemies and you know that the principality and the power working against your family, you will wake up at midnight and you will start to pray. And like Paul and Silas, you will got a song in your heart and you will know that you're ready for the war. And so you have to love people regardless of the capacity that they're operating in your life. Because they're important to who you're becoming. That's why you don't become. And that's why you don't just know God. You're knowing God. And that's why you don't just become who you're supposed to be. You're becoming who you're supposed to be. In becoming, there got to be a lot of obstacles in the way. I've been reading that book too.
Hallelujah.
In becoming, you got to also welcome the obstacles. Because character is shaped through courage.
Amen.
If you don't have any courage, your character will remain stagnant. I don't think that God made you to remain the same. You have to evolve. So we're going to look at next slide. So you can't love God and hate people. We're going to look at the cycle here. Now, if it is God love that keeps the body of Christ alive. Now, think of God as oxygen. Now, His love is oxygen. When you take oxygen into your nostril, you have to think about yourself now. You're taking in life. You're taking in love. And when you learn to love, your love goes and it feeds the body of Christ. Because when I love you, it's not just going to filter to you and stop. Because we're all in the body of Christ. And for the body to remain alive, oxygenated blood has to be flowing in.
Amen.
So if God loves you and the love stops at your nostril, it simply means that it cuts off the body of Christ. And the body of Christ don't have it, then the people in the world who needs to be saved will not have it.
Come on now.
So love is like oxygen. When you take God's love in, you have to send it on to the lungs, which is the body of Christ. And when it flows to the lungs, which is the body of Christ, it goes to the heart, which represents the world and the people in the world. Because when the world sees how you love and they see the church loving, then they want to come into this.
Come on now.
But if you take God's oxygen and you keep it at your own disposal, what's going to happen? The body becomes poisonous to itself. Because deoxygenated blood remains in the body because carbon dioxide is not coming out. So the problem that we have in the church is that when we don't learn how to love, a toxic situation happens in the body where we're starting to kill our own brothers and our own sisters, and we're not attracting anybody outside. Because why would you run from the world to come into something that is poisonous? Why would you run from the world to be criticized? Why would you run from the world to be judged? Why would you run from the world to be backbited? So if God is going to use us, my sister, I might not like your ways and how you do things, but I'm still going to love you. I'm not going to allow my mind to become poisoned to the point where I can't love you because you said something that I felt offended by. The thing is, we operate too much out of our ego in the church. And if the church starts to run from emotion, then it's definitely going to bankrupt. The church was never built for emotion. The church, so when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all in one accord. And what happened? The fire came, and guess what? When the fire came, it did not stay with their emotion. The Bible said it changed them completely. They start to operate through the Spirit. Amen. And that's why people go so they're crazy. Because they were seeing something that they didn't see before. But the same people who were saying that they were crazy, the Bible said soon after over 3,000 souls were saved. Because guess what? The crazy energy reached them too. When you become crazy in love with your brother and sister and you're operating in the Spirit, it becomes infectious.
Hey! Hallelujah.
Guess what? All the people who went in the upper room didn't agree before that point. Remember, they all had their disagreements. But when Jesus sent them up there to wait, in the process of waiting, they weren't criticizing each other. They understood that there was a bigger purpose than the emotional side of them in that moment. Every single one of us in here might have different views. But when we come to the house of God, all that emotional roller coaster has to be left outside, and don't pick it up back when you're going outside. The thing is, sometimes we come in the church, some people put it off outside for real. They do, they try. Some people really try. They put off the malice outside, some come in with it, but some put it off outside and they will come and they give you a smile. And they will shake your hand, yes God. And when pastor said, go and greet somebody, they greet you too. But inside they still malice you. But guess what? They left the malice outside. So when they step outside, they pick it up back and they see you on the road and they won't call to you. They won't even see you. So the system is still poison. Because all you have a reserve of energy, of oxygen. But your system is still toxic. Now, we want to look at the cycle of godly love. I kind of touched on this already. Thoughts, feelings, behavior, and emotions all work together. If you wake up in the morning and the first thing you say, I'm going to have a bad day, I'm guaranteeing you're going to have a bad day. If you feel on it. Because you tell yourself it so much that it feeds into your physical being and you start to feel tired and drained. And after you start to feel tired and drained, your behavior, I just don't want to do anything today. And you say, okay, let me stay in bed. You stay in bed. Then you stay in bed and you feel sad. And because you feel sad, you start to think worse. And you become trapped in this, the spiraling of your negative thinking. But the Bible said, so a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. But the word also, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are loving, let these things be in us. So if you wake up and you have the mind of God, you start to speak the things that God said. You start to say things like, I am royalty. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am above and not beneath. What's going to happen? That's going to trigger the physical impact of the Holy Ghost, and you feel the power of God. And when you start to feel the power of God in your life, then that triggers the behavior of God, which is the gifts and the spirit of God. When you start to operate and to think like God wants you to think, then you will see healing in physical, then you will see devils being cast out, then you will see the mighty move of God, because so a man thinketh, so is he. So if I think healing start to manifest. Glory be to God. And if you start to think glory, then the glory of God encamp round about you. Glory be to God. And then the behaviors change to miracles, signs and wonders. Doesn't stop there. Some people have some emotion, you see them till they're always down. But when you start to think like God, emotionally, you won't have world emotion. You'll have the emotion that the Bible tells you of joy and peace. Oh, God Almighty, I wish somebody get that. When you start to glorify God and think like a child of God should think, then all you have is joy and peace, no sadness. And I didn't say happiness, because happiness changes like the weather. This minute you're happy, this minute you're not. But when you have joy, joy is like the climate, it's always constant. Glory be to God. Somebody worship Him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory be to God. Just worship Him for a minute. Hallelujah. Somebody welcome the joy of God into your life. Welcome the peace of God into your life. Come on, say in peace and happiness. Out every worries and fear. Glory be to God. In peace and happiness. Out worries and fear. Come on, breathe in the oxygen of life. Breathe in joy. Breathe in peace. I command peace. Breathe out worries and fear and anxiety and doubt and insecurities. Hallelujah. Glory be to God.